Good morning and thank you for tuning in. This is Walter Mythgard reporting for GNN, the Gillinor News Network. Earlier this week, the AARA, that is the Association for the Advancement of Retired Adventurers, announced that they are ready to host their first community event. As many retired adventurers find themselves living bingo to bingo among their clan calendars, the AARA has decided to host a bingo event of their own. Enjoyers of the limited time league events will also find this community event, titled Gridmaster, to be particularly familiar, as the favorite relics from leagues in the past will find their way into this event's progression. To tell us more about the event, AARA spokesperson Old Man Ral of Darkmire is available via Comorb. Ral, thank you for joining us.
Hello? Hello? Is this thing on?
Yes, Ral, we can hear you. Also, you're holding your Comorb a little too close there, sir. Hold it out a bit so we can see ya.
Oh, sorry, I have no idea how you young whippersnappers manage these devilish devices.
Very carefully at first, and then by intuition, just like anything else. So, Ral, why should adventurers care about this community event that you are hosting?
Well, if the last few years have shown us anything, it's that bingo isn't just for us old wise folks anymore. What used to be socially acceptable gambling for us old farts is now being done by all these youngsters in their clan halls. I mean, your own producer WEEV has participated in a few bingos himself now, and I hear his clan even has an upcoming bingo as well.
Yeah, Ral, I'm not sure he's the best example of a youngster. I mean, he's in his 30s now and has a few kids, and you didn't hear it from me, but his Coliseum experience shows he's not exactly that young anymore either.
Walter, dude, who else would I hear this from? I'm the producer and I'm in this Comorb call. Whatever. Ral, how is this event similar to bingo? I get relics are unlocked as you progress in the event, but what's all this got to do with bingo?
Right, Sonny. Sorry about your Coliseum luck. Me and the boys at the home are rooting for you. Anyways, while adventurers playing leagues progress by completing tasks to earn league points, in this event, adventurers will progress by completing tiles that reward quest and relic unlocks. When a line of tiles is completed, adventurers are rewarded with additional unlocks in true bingo fashion.
Well, Ral, that sure does sound fun, but you're talking to Gillinorian adventurers. Sadly, fun isn't always enough these days. Will your event offer any rewards?
Of course, Walter. We knew that all you kids these days were too addicted to the gains being tracked on your Comorbs that you wouldn't look up unless we offered... what is it you call it these days? A drip. Yes. Feast your eyes upon this snazzy tabard. What do you think of it, Walter?
Wow, I don't know what to say, other than that it is incredibly obvious that this community event is being organized by the AARA.
Mm-hmm. As a proud AARA member, I know that to be a compliment, Walter. We also had a few hours laying around, so one of our members said he'll be giving these away in our shop in exchange for the points that you will earn from participating as well.
Wait, that's actually sick. So, Ral, when can we expect to be able to participate in this community event?
I was hoping you'd ask that, Walter. October 15th is the date to put in your calendars. Do you kids still use calendars?
Yeah, digital ones, but yes.
What do calendars have to do with fingers? You know, that reminds me of a story. You know, when I started playing games as a young thingummy, my family couldn't use the other Comorbs in our house while I was playing games on the Interrunic network.
Sure, Ral. You know what? I think I see the sun going down, and your ward let me know that she would be back to take you to your room by the time this happened. Thank you so much for appearing on our show. Before our next segment, please listen to this word from our producer, WEEV.
Hey guys, I'm done trauma dumping about not clearing the Coliseum. It still hasn't happened, so I'll keep this short. I've seen him 3 times since last week's broadcast. One of these was with a scythe that a friend has loaned me. We're gonna get it soon, especially after learning the L method. This trivializes the fight. A friend sent me the guide super early into this grind, and I wish I had taken a look at it. I thought my failure was due to execution, not knowledge. After watching this video, I went into the simulator and I couldn't lose. I'm at the point where I can defeat Soul in the simulator without even having to use a brew sip. As you might expect, look, I have ADD. Self-diagnosed, I admit, but I swear this fight has demonstrated that fact. I have a hard time remembering the next attack, especially if the pools spawn between the first and second in the combo. With the L method, you only have to pay attention to when Soul raises his shield the first time. The second time, you run to the L tile, and for the spear attacks, you run to the L tile for both of those. I seriously think I'm going to get this soon, and that's a good thing. As Ral pointed out, somehow, I have a bingo coming up on the 26th of September that will run into the 12th of October, in which Gridmaster is going to be starting just a few days after that. Man, I'm going to be booked. Worst case scenario, the joy of bingo will give me some reprieve. Taking a break to record these broadcasts for you guys is also a nice break. Viewers like you that like and subscribe to this broadcast are what keep the lights on at GNN. Thank you for your support. Back to you at the desk, Walter.
That's my boss right there, folks. Go get him, champ. Man, if we had an editor, WEEV would be able to stick to producing and writing, and that would free up a lot of time for more broadcasts and Coliseum attempts. Maybe one day. Something that has happened today, though, is that Gommel... Sorry, we still think of you, bud. Let's actually take a moment of silence here. Lady No-Knock, Gommel's successor, has released new combat achievements today for the Doom of Malkaitl. As the dozens of Grandmaster Slayer helms are unequipable, somewhere out there a Jad helm cannot be equipped either. Not that WEEV would know anything about that. Dude. Sorry there, boss. Low-hanging fruits. Speaking of low-hanging fruits, some of these CAs seem very approachable. All of the elite tasks are something that almost anyone who has attempted the Doom have completed. After that tier, though, things seem to have quite the steep increase in the difficulty curve, as they all require being able to at least complete a level 8 delve at the Doom, which requires quite a lot of mechanical precision from adventurers. Oh, which reminds me to cover this last bit of news at the end of our broadcast here. Speaking of requiring a lot of adventurers, Jagex is wanting to play in a meetup in the virtual meeting Comorb app, Earth. While many know Earth for its high-resolution graphics, most adventurers know it as being the designated method of adventurers meeting up at an event known as RuneFest. Slightly similar to RuneFest, Jagex wishes to host an event in one of the virtual cities known as Los Angeles, with a ticket fee of $1 to $200 US. Dollars are one of the many microtransaction currencies within the Earth app, and no, that is not what's requiring a lot of adventurers. After the inflation that resulted from the many developers in the virtual world, that much money isn't even enough to make it through a few days worth of the game's survival mechanics. What is requiring a lot, though, is for the attendees of the event to reach a high in-app defense or agility level, as Los Angeles is known for being quite the risky area, as it's filled with violent NPCs with level 1 construction. For those unaware, all accounts in the Earth Comorb app are hardcore accounts, save one player that found a way around this mechanic. While many declare this to be bug abuse or even just a rumor, others have cited this player's claims of being the game's creator to be a reason why they should follow his strategy. Our first story today is quite nautical. The Gillenorian charter ship service has added a new service interface for adventurers wishing to use their service. This numbered interface would be very useful and much quicker to use than the map interface that has been available in the past. We reached out to Trader Stan, the CEO of the charter ships, on this interface rollout, and he gave us the following message. Quote, "Due to more and more adventurers not passing their geography class, we had to find a way to make an easier interface. This interface only requires that you know the name of the place you need to go to. Frequent customers will also be able to memorize the associated number for quicker boarding. For the geographically aware adventurers, have no worries. Our map interface is still present. Visit your local charter ship because nothing beats a sail to holiday." Huh. What was that? Anyways, it sounds like educational standards across Gielinor have continued to decline. The Wiki Comorb app has been a great resource that has increased our productivity, no doubt, but perhaps adventurers are losing the ability to think critically. We will be back with another segment on the Animal Humane Society of Ardoyne after this word from our producer, WEEV.
Thank you, Walter. For those of you that missed it at the end of last week's broadcast, feast your eyes on this. I ended up getting the quiver on soul attempt number 10. I have no idea how many times I died on the waves before him, so I have no idea how much money I lost. One of my friends pointed out that after I forgot about volatility and took that final hit after Saul died from the explosion, I had 9 stacks of doom, which means that if I got hit one more time during the fight, I would have died right after he did. I can't imagine how I would have felt. Really though, when your Coliseum grind comes, try out the L method. It helped me greatly. All I've been doing recently, though, is clearing bank space. I am down to under 600 spaces in use, and I think I can get it lower than that. I'll try to figure out some goals over this next week and get back to you guys. Maybe I'll pay a boss a visit. That's all I have, Walter. Back to you at the desk.
Thank you, WEEV. Congratulations on being free from that sandy arena after a month of attempts. With the Inferno and Coliseum under your belt, don't worry about goals. You've made it, bud. Sorry, back to the broadcast. Some of you may be aware of this next story. Probita of the Animal Humane Society of Ardoyne sent a message out to subscribers on her Comwarp feed that due to a large charitable donation of one of her patrons, all Gillenorians will now be able to reclaim any lost pets for free. Live with us now is Probita, who has offered to give us a quick history of the AHSA. Probita, thank you for appearing on GNN this morning. Please tell us about your organization.
Thank you, Walter. A little over 10 years ago, Gillenorians started finding pets and slaying the various bosses in the world, and several months later, from training, gathering, and support skills as well. In the early days, if you died while having a pet, it was lost forever. I saw a hole in the market that would let me save these orphaned pets. If adventurers were willing, they could pay me 500,000 coins, and I would return their pet to them should they die. Several years later, our first charitable donation from the Druidic Circle of Tavali hated seeing pets orphaned without my insurance, leaving them lost forever. So they donated a large sum so that all Gillenorians would have pets insured from the moment they found them. From that point on, all pets had a home at the Animal Humane Society of Ardoyne, and adventurers would simply have to pay to reclaim their pets. That was a few years ago. I am so glad that as of today, because of a donation from the most charitable Yama, Master of Packs, all reclamation fees are waived. Yama knew that I would be appearing on this broadcast, so he prepared a message for your viewers. We are so thankful for this donation, and we cannot wait to serve Gillenorians more because of it. So please, play this message. Thank you for your time, Walter. That is all I have.
And thank you, Probita. Your organization has come quite a long way because of the charitable efforts of those around Gillenor. Druids donating to a humane society? That makes sense, but why in the world would Yama, a literal demon, have interest in donating to your organization? I guess we're about to find out as our production team is telling me that we have the video that was sent ready.
Why, hello there, my little Gillenorians. Yes, it's true. I did donate a large sum of gold to Probita so that she could waive reclaim fees and even refund past fees to adventurers like yourselves. But why would I, the most feared demon of packs, want to bless you humans? Well, the truth is, things are quiet around here. When I opened my doors this year, my schedule was booked with challengers wishing to sign me over their souls for a shot at revenge. With that blasted doom of Mokietl, more and more spots have been showing up on my calendar. Not only am I earning less souls as of late, but truth be told, I missed the meta that adventurers cooked up of dancing with me during our fights. Our tango was elegant and bold. Please, take this donation as a token of good faith and visit my lair again. Especially for you, WEEV, as I know we were acquainted months ago, but you never stopped by after. From what I hear, your calendar should be open to come get your double death charge. I'll be waiting.
Huh. A demon that donates to an animal shelter because he misses dancing with adventurers. Only on GNN, folks. WEEV, what do you make of this?
Yeah, Walter, I agree. This is a super odd invitation from Yama. I almost feel bad for the guy as that video comes across as incredibly desperate. He is right, though. I still need that double death charge upgrade for my Arceus spellbook. It's too late now, but that would have been super useful for my Coliseum grind. Poor guy. I think he will be the boss that I visit next.
That's mighty kind of you, WEEV. Congratulations on your quiver, by the way. I must say, I apologize for all of the bullying when it came to your Coliseum struggle. Noticeably, I have 0 quivers, so I was never one to tease in the first place. In any case, Farmer Kohler is looking to bring more adventurers his way to the Tithe Farm. He sent out flyers, outdated we know, mentioning the cap on Tithe Farm points has been raised from 1,000 to 16,000. We reached out for comment, but we couldn't find Farmer Kohler on any of the Comwarp communication apps. We then tried sending a ground team to visit his house, but he wouldn't answer. We asked adventurers nearby if they had seen him, and they mentioned that he had been stuck in his chair for almost 10 years. As that seems to be quite the chronic condition, whatever it is that he's dealing with, perhaps some old age ailments, we didn't want to bother the old man more than adventurers already do. We hope that he likes their company, and I imagine that's the case since he increased the point cap for his reward store. On Tuesday this week, the Ministry of Adventurer Trading Forensics, colloquially known as the ATF, has made public that they are declaring war on gold purchased with currency from outside of Gielinor. The ATF Deputy Director, Per Versentive, held a press release for this announcement. As a member of the Associated Press, we have footage available of this press release for you, our viewers. Over the past few months, many concerned citizens of Gielinor have noticed quite the uptick in clanker activity. The prices of many commodities had crashed to historic lows, and as a public servant, that is unacceptable for our agency. Many financial analysts have reported that we must have incarcerated and deactivated a large wave of clankers last month, and they would be correct, but sadly, we know those clankers will return. As the prices of various commodities targeted by clankers rises due to their absence, a high premium is in place for the clanker creators that are able to get their clanker farm back up and running. Today, we are announcing that we will be enforcing our extra Gielinorian trading rules. While adventurers have been hit with slaps on the wrist in the past, we will be incarcerating perpetrators, including up to life sentences. This is your warning. Due to our look the other way policy in the past, it would have been wrong to arrest these adventurers, but after this announcement today, we find that we can take action while not leading adventurers to be under the assumption that our organization does not care about purchasing Gielinorian gold with currency from outside of our world. So, to be perfectly clear, we are taking a harsher stance on these clanker lovers. We will be issuing arrest warrants, and all of the illicit golden items will be confiscated. Are there any questions? Oh, you with the blue hair.
Hi, Becky for MSNBC.
MSNBC? I haven't heard of you guys.
Really? The Mauritania Synchronicity Nation Broadcasting Corporation? You haven't heard of us?
Oh, that's you guys, right? Sorry. What can I clear up for you?
So, what gives you the right to call these synthetic adventurers the sea slur, especially with a hard R like that? Don't you know that they're people too?
Oh, now that's just some clanker farm propaganda. Anyone that's looked into the eyes of a clanker knows that they have no life in them. These adventurer lookalikes may live in our world, but they are not adventurers. Clankers take away good, honest work from adventurers, and they deserve all the disagreement that comes their way. If anything, we don't go far enough. The adventurers that purchased this Gielinorian gold from these clankers' owners should be ridiculed just as much. Them clanker lovers deserve to be mocked and ridiculed just as much as the clankers themselves. Next question. You, with the beard.
Hello, Dr. Din Vin Baverk for the University of Ardougne Campus Press. As an economist, I have to point out that this measure will decrease the demand for Gielinorian gold on the Comwarp dark web markets. This will, without a doubt, reduce the quantity of synthetic adventurer farms that can operate, as the law of supply states that lower prices result in lower quantity supplied. But, Per, I have to ask, what will you be doing for the adventurers that are purchasing accomplishments with Gielinorian gold? This is not an extra Gielinorian exchange, but historically, this has been listed as being against the rules. Almost all adventurers know that any of the adventurers participating in the bounty hunter worlds have purchased their infernal capes instead of defeating Zucks themselves. I mean, what is the plan?
Dr. Din, I am glad we can come to an agreement on this strategy reducing the amount of clankers there are in the world. While reducing clankers is important, I want to make sure I hit on this because you didn't mention it, and I didn't either. As much as I despise clankers, this is also about adventurer integrity. Back in my adventuring days, any items you obtained meant something, darn it. I remember slaying hill giants for months so that I could earn my first millions.
These days, all someone has to do is exchange some extra Gillenorian currency for gold, and they have the same result. Furthermore, the first Infernal Capes, Quivers, Blood Torva, and White Inquisitor to appear were absolute signs that an adventurer was talented, and now it is likely that there are more illicit versions of those items on adventurers' bodies than there are legitimate ones. While adventurers that completed these challenges still have the personal achievement from those battles, the magic of those items is lost when you can safely assume that some, if not most of those achievements have been purchased on the black market. As we continue this war on illicit gold, we will be seeking approval from the Justice Administration and Governors of Exchange, JAGX, to extend this campaign into the service market.
Wow. After the press release, many citizens with a sharp memory pointed out that the ATF has made announcements like this in the past, which may have resulted in a temporary culling of illicit gold buyers, but obviously was not enough to deter buying illicit gold in the long run. While that is true, other observant adventurers have defended the ATF, saying that this announcement seems to have more teeth, as this time the ATF is going so far as to threaten permanent sentences. Whatever the results are, our team here at GNN hopes that the ATF can recover from their previous PR disaster of killing a suspected illicit gold buyer's dog. That news story only grew worse for the agency when they later had to admit that after their investigation ended, they found that the dog's owner had bought legitimate Gillenorian gold with Grand Exchange bonds. Rest in peace, Sody. Big dog. I'll cover our next story after this message from our producer, WEEV.
Hey, Walter, I'm sorry, man. I really thought you were over that story. That's okay. Take some time. Well, folks, as I hinted at last week, I spent some time at Yama. I am over halfway to getting my guaranteed death charge upgrade. The fight is as fun as everyone made it out to be. After my trip a couple nights ago, I thought I had finished all the CAs that I wanted to pursue at Yama. But then I took another trip earlier this morning. After a few rounds of deep concentration, the Grandmaster Perfection task was out of the way, and I could lean back and have some fun relaxing. Interestingly enough, we actually got the first speed CA after we killed Yama once on this trip. It definitely counted our most recent kill times from our trip the other night. That's pretty neat. So, with speed and perfection out of the way, we went for the no toppings, no drinks, thanks CA, which had us using Moonlight Moths to restore our prayer. Combat achievements like that one is where this whole system really shines. No grinding RNG for good damage, no relying on a few others to play perfectly, just the simple task of approaching a boss from another angle, using items I otherwise wouldn't have used. Grandmaster is already enough of a grind that leads to its prestige. More fun combat achievements like that one would breathe even more life into the world. As for the actual reason I came to Yama, the death charge upgrade, I need to make sure I keep my next dossier that I get, because if I'm victorious 40 more times when fighting Yama without getting an additional dossier drop, I could be in trouble. Some of you may not know this, but after 100 victories, bad luck mitigation mechanics kick in, and your next dossier that you open has a 100% chance of having the death charge upgrade, including if I got that particular dossier before 100 victories. In any case, I'm very excited about this announcement from the ATF when it comes to punishing illicit gold buyers, but man, I feel like adventurers need a culture change more than anything. If you know anyone that's purchased illicit gold or services, please roast them. I'm not asking you to be a snitch to report them, but hey, I mean, that'd be kind of funny too, right? Unlike their bought gold, Infernal Capes, and Quivers, they deserve it. Speaking of things undeserved, that wraps up my portion. Back to you at the desk if you're ready, Walter.
Absolutely, I'm ready. Good luck out there, WEEV. Careful, that silver-tongued devil is the master of contracts, and the last thing you need is to miss some important fine print. Which leads me to our next story. Those of you that are residents of Mauritania and read the fine print of the Mauritania HOA agreement will know that all construction projects need approval of the association. Dr. Finkenstrain, who holds a doctorate in anatomical biochemical engineering from DUCUD, that is the Darkmire University Canifus University of Darkmire, decided that he wanted to build a bridge to his mausoleum. For now, the association is blocking this development until Dr. Finkenstrain fills out the appropriate forms in duplicate. In an effort to get around this bureaucracy, Dr. Finkenstrain has given adventurers permission permission to build the bridge themselves. He wagers that adventurers would need to build a portion of the bridge from each side, which he estimates would require 59 construction, 12 teak planks, and 56 nails. As the bridge itself is quite old, he also encourages adventurers to have at least 69 agility before attempting to cross the bridge, should they finish it. I would comment on how oddly specific Finkenstrain's estimates are, but hey, the man's a doctor. With the Port Sarim Sailing Authority opening up the waters as early as this year, many cities are pouring funding into their tourism sector. While economists have historically determined that state-sponsored subsidization of industry leads to wasteful surplus, adventurers may find themselves able to benefit from the various achievement diaries that are seeing upgrades due to these efforts. First up are the Fremennik Sea Boots, which now have charges that lower achievement diary tiers. This will be very helpful for reaching that corner of the world for adventurers that are just starting their journey. The other perk seeing an upgrade this week is Mauritania's very exclusive Harmony Island Herb Patch. While the Herb Patch is still exclusive, requiring the elite tier of achievements to be done for Mauritania, a zombie from the island wanted to share on our broadcast this upgrade to the patch. Take it away, Slurp. Wow, disease-free! Man, at what point are all of the herb patches going to be disease-free? If there has been any time to be a person who does herb runs, today is it. As it turns out, there isn't much to report on this week. Some of the college students at the University of Ardoyne have recently discovered how to chug potions from inside of their bank and potion storage. But we insist on not reporting on developments in binge drinking. Journalistic integrity is important to our team here at GNN, and we wouldn't want to encourage unhealthy behaviors. It may have cost us dearly not to report on the Falador massacre almost 20 years ago, but we believe that we did our part to not encourage any copycat events. Having said that, those at our broadcast headquarters are surprised that if the Bank of Gielinor was making any changes to the potion storage, why did they not make it more convenient to use? Many who have the potion storage unlocked still have many potions in their bank, as the Runelight Bank Presets plugin cannot withdraw from the potion storage, which means if you want to gear up fast, your potions have to be in the bank, which almost defeats the whole purpose of the potion storage. I guess it still saves space on those potions you don't touch often enough to have in the bank. While we wait for a story to pop up here, let's listen to this message from our producer, WEEV.
Yeah, Walter, I agree. It's a pretty quiet week. Honestly, I have only done a handful of Yama as I work towards getting my depth charge upgrade. But at least I got my third dossier for when I get 100 KC. I opened up the first two I got, but with how close I am to the pity mechanic, I'll be waiting until I get another dossier or the 100 kill count before I finally open it. Ideally, I want to get this upgrade before my clan bingo that starts on Friday, but I'm not sure if I have the time. I would have gotten the kill count earlier this week, but I was busy laying some flooring. We plan on moving, and the floor in one of our rooms was older than when we moved in several years ago, so we didn't want to scare away any potential buyers with some shoddy flooring. We also made the mistake of buying cheap product, so it took ages to lay. The flooring is down now, and I'm able to fight Yama again, and more importantly, able to get out there and earn bingo tiles come Friday. Clan bingo is amazing, just like all of you viewers that like and subscribe to this broadcast. Because of supporting viewers like you, we're able to keep the weekly broadcast coming, even when there's almost nothing to report on. If you haven't considered supporting our broadcast by subscribing, please give it some thought. For all of you that are watching this broadcast, thank you for your time, and I hope you find it entertaining, educational, and encouraging. For those of you that went the extra mile to like and subscribe to the broadcast, thank you kindly. That is all I have this week, Walter. I'll be back with some bingo updates next week. Back to you at the desk.
What in the world? How does WEEV have a camera that high quality to take photos of his flooring, but we're still using these low-resolution cameras in the studio? Whatever. WEEV, good luck in your clan bingo. Your competition is a bunch of nerds who take time off their day jobs for adventuring, so you'll need it. As WEEV was providing his weekly update, something did come across my desk here. Everyone's favorite adventurer, Chad, saw the first part of our broadcast and reached out with some life hacks that he says are a game changer for your quality of life. Well, Chad, we are ready when you are.
Yeah, Walter, it's been so long, man. Thanks for having me on. Yeah.
Yeah. you are our viewers' favorite guest. So, Chad, what have you found?
Walter, you are not going to believe this, bro. So, like, the dwarf multi-cannon is pretty sick, right? Rotates in a circle and shoots steel balls at enemy. Sick, I know. But, like, what if your cannon could be loaded with less than the default amount? I mean, anytime I load my cannon, I have to put 60 cannonballs in. But today, I found out there's an option on the cannon to insert however many under your default amount that you like. Pretty sick, huh, Walter?
Sorry, Chad. I'm not sure I'm following here, and forgive me, I'm not the adventurer, but what is the purpose of this feature that you've, quote-unquote, discovered?
Duh, Walter. It lets you put in less than your default amount. I mean, what do you mean?
Sorry, you must not have understood my question. Why would you want to put in less than your default amount? Surely you would always want to put in the maximum amount so that you don't have to top up the cannon for a longer period of time.
Oh, Walter, you sweet summer child. You see, some people adventure with self-imposed rules called Iron Man restrictions, and they may not have a lot of cannonballs to go around, so with this change, they can use the cannon to load up enough cannonballs to tag a bunch of creatures they're slaying, and then just go back to mindlessly retaliating in an automatic fashion. Yeah.
Iron Man, of course. Well, good for them. So, what else have you found, Chad?
Yeah, Walter, let me get over to Barrows and I'll show you, brother. So, like, Barrows drains your prayer, right? It happens whenever you see those apparitions of the Barrows brothers. I don't know what's scarier, dude. Like, me saying words like apparitions or the spooky effect they have when they come into my field of vision. Anyways, some people couldn't make out when their prayer was being drained, even if they noticed it all. So now, the strange old man nearby has been sending SMS messages to adventurers' comm orbs whenever their prayer's drained. It's pretty nice of him, but like, how did he get my comm orb number?
Look, Chad, as nice as that is, it seems like you're grasping at straws here to give us content to report on this week. I'm sorry, that was impolite phrasing. For instance, this Barrows quality of life feature was asked for by who exactly? I mean, from how I have seen clips of adventurers clearing the Barrows in the past, all you have to do is drink a dose of prayer potion when you see your prayer is low. What does it matter knowing when your prayer is being drained?
Typical non-adventurer trying to tell us real adventurers how useful a mechanic is. Nothing against you, Walter. You are the best in the Gillenorian broadcast news game, but leave the adventuring knowledge to us real ones, okay? Are you ready for the next change I found?
Sure. And why did he ask? He's already teleported off to, looks like Fossil Island? Chad, what is going on that you're at Fossil Island? Is there another shortcut?
No, Walter. Today, I present to you something that will help people whose brains are easily on autopilot. Let me set the scene for you, bro. Imagine this. It's late at night, and you want to fit in one last birdhouse run before you go to bed. You grab your seeds and your other resources and head to the birdhouse location. You complete 3 of the 4 birdhouses, and as you're running south to complete your last one, What's this? You realize you've been using Snapdragon seeds? Oh, that's crazy unfortunate, right?
Yeah, well, but who would actually do that?
Oh, no longer. Today, all comm orbs had a Runelight update pushed to them that will give them a warning if they try to use high-value seeds. Surely you can get behind this being newsworthy, right, Walter?
All right, look, maybe. If it were in a small changes section, but there is no way that this would be something that we would dedicate an entire segment of a news post to. Chad, we value our viewers' time, so if you're going to be showing completely inconsequential changes, then I think we're done here.
No. Walter, wait, dude. Wait. Please, bro. I promise. I have something huge for you, man.
So, what are you doing at the bank, Chad? Was there another bank update?
Nah, bro. I was just grabbing my amulet of Verzenhaza, but check this out. I can see these set effects in my equipment screen from my comm orb. I hadn't noticed until now, so I think that's new. Anyways, I'll meet you at the chest over there at the Theater of Blood, okay?
All right, Chad. What is this about?
Hey, man, I'm like trying to help here, okay?
You know what, Chad? You're right. Even if these little discoveries you have are small, at least you're giving us something to report on this week.
Hey, it's okay, Walter. You know I forgive you, brother. So, my friends are telling me that there is a bank deposit option on this chest for all your gear and resources when you die in the Theater of Blood. Now, I can't confirm for you though, since I never die in TOB. Oh, wait a minute. I know how much you guys value journalistic integrity. So here's a picture that my friend took and sent me on my comm orb. What do you think?
Wow. WEEV has yet to get more than one completion of TOB in, so I am sure that he'll be able to put that new feature to use. You know what? Thank you, Chad.
Yeah, you bet, brother. I would show you more, but I have to get back to Barbarian Assault. I'll see you later, bro. Wait a minute. Yeah, they added a button that lets you hop worlds in the grouping tab on the comm orb. That's awesome.
Well, it looks like he had one last thing to show us. Too bad we didn't get to thank him for everything that he showed us today. Chad, if you're watching this, thank you for giving us something to report on today. Not a big thing, mind you, but something nonetheless. That seems to wrap up our broadcast, folks. Thank you for your viewership throughout this episode, and if you're not already, consider becoming a subscriber. This has been Walter Mythkite for GNN, signing off.